But welcome to you.
Hi, Jared. Hi, Dwayne. Good to be with you again.
Good to be, on the same airways with you, Caro. Travis Tuck, what does it mean as far as you're concerned?
I think this is going to lead to a massive debate, Jared, about the AFL's three strikes policy. I think that there is a strong argument that this policy has failed Travis Tuck, and the AFL would look. They disagree with that. I mean, they would suggest that Travis Tuck has obviously been in the care of AFL-appointed experts in this area for some time, and I think it would be very much within Hawthorns' rights to say, you know, we're a strong and powerful club, and had we known about this, we could have done a whole lot more to help him.
Will they change it to a two-strikes policy ever, Caro, do you think? Or do they...
You did this, Dwayne, the players would drop its support and it would be dead.
Well, I mean, I think that's the bullet that I think they have to bite myself. I've been on the two-strikes policy bandwagon since day dot, but it just seems a reasonable compromise, Caro. They'll never back down, though, will they?
Well, Dwayne, never say never. I mean, clearly... Hawthorn, look, I would be amazed knowing Jeff Kennett as I do, and I haven't, you know, I think they'll probably, look, maybe Jeff Kennett will say something tomorrow. He's never been a fan of the three strikes policy, we know that. On the other hand, I think he might have said in the past that he supported a zero tolerance to illegal drugs. Now, I don't think he would say that now.
I suspect not. Caro, if he does, let's say, if he does put a bomb underneath the policy, he's then only going to have to implement his own policy within his own club, because if the testing regime that is paid for by the AFL is abandoned, he won't know that Travis Tuck had a problem unless they're going to do voluntary testing at the Hawthorn Footy Club.
Well, the AFL had argued, Jared, that Travis Tuck could have spoken to Hawthorn about it had he wanted. There's no rule that says you can't go to your coach or a teammate or your captain or your footy boss and say, I'm on two strikes and I think I've got a drug problem. You know, the AFL believe that it's their policy that has helped Travis Tuck and kept him going for this long. It's a very, very complicated argument.
It is, and it's so complicated that you put yourself in Travis Cloke's position. Travis Tuck's position. If Travis thinks he's on the borderline of being axed from the club or on the borderline of getting a game and he's got an issue with a drug, is he going to offer that to a footy club that has the power over selection? I think clearly no.
Well, Jared, Hawthorn might argue that had they known he was at this point, that maybe they would have been more sensitive in their treatment of him. I'm not saying they were insensitive, but they had no knowledge of this, Jared. They had no knowledge of this.
What treatment are you talking about, Caro, that you're implying led to him overdosing?
Well, they might have been harsh on him at selection or said, get your act together and you'll never get a game. I mean, they might.
I think he probably felt he was on the fringe at the club. I mean, I think it was between him and Josh Kennedy last year as to who would go. And I think, as I recall, didn't John Kennedy Sr. actually go to the club? Not Sr. John Kennedy, the father of Josh Kennedy, go to the club and say, look, I think he'd be better off elsewhere. Now, they kept Travis Tuck, but he found out last week he was being dropped from the Box Hill team, that he hadn't made the Box Hill team to play on the weekend just gone. Who knows, Jared? I mean, I'm not saying they would have played him, but I'm just saying things might have been a bit different. I mean, they do have a chairman who can be, I believe, stupid at times in some of his comments about other clubs, but he is very connected to a very respected organisation in Beyond Blue that deals with these sort of things.
And that's why you'd have to take what he said on board and analyse it. But I still get down to it's actually the policy, not so much the policy, but the treatment that would appear to have failed in my eyes.
The other issue I think the AFL has got and society has got, Dwayne, is this drug, GHB. I mean, we wrote about it in The Age today. It is a bit tougher to find. I mean, it leaves the system a lot quicker than marijuana, for example. We know it's not new in terms of AFL footballers, and we know there are certain footballers who might try this drug for all the wrong reasons. It's a grave concern.
And as our friend of the Drug Foundation said earlier on the program tonight, there's not a lot of difference between a dose that might give you a reasonably good effect and a dose that'll actually kill you. So